Hey everyone, it's Rebecca, and today is July the 7th, 2011, and I just realized that I have not made a video since January, and I actually deleted that video because there were, a couple of announcements that I made that no longer apply. But for those of you who watched that video, I will bring you guys up to speed on what was said in the last one. My husband and I did reconcile. Um, we got back together in February. We did a lot of praying and seeking God for His will and for answers, and we discussed everything and just realized that we really were meant to be together, and that not only did we need to put the differences between us aside, we actually need to appreciate those differences. And life isn't perfect for anybody. But I tell you what, it's a lot better now. So, anyway, we're doing good though. Um, he moved in with me, and a couple days later, I got a new vehicle. The one that I was driving was really almost dead. It was in terrible shape, and instead of rolling the dice and getting another used vehicle, I decided to go ahead and take the plunge and just get a brand new one. So, and I love my new car, so I'm very happy with it. Um, Also, I announced that I was in the process of changes within my career. Well, those changes did not happen. It was a valuable lesson learned. I will not say who I work for, and I will not give details because I don't want people to figure it out. But I will say that I learned that when people promise you promotion or raise, always get it in writing. Don't take anybody's word for it. Um, and ask more questions and definitely get more answers. Demand them. Um, I went on blind faith. I trusted people's word, and when it came down to it, things didn't happen. So, I learned a lesson there, and I guess they learned a lesson too that not everybody is foolish and not everybody can be taken for granted. So, anyway, that was that. I know that when I first started my journey, I was able to make videos on a weekly basis and sometimes 2 and 3 videos in a week. But at the time, I was only employed part time, and you know, I had a lot more free time on my hands. So between the time I would work and the time my children would get out of school, I was actually able to make videos. And since I was running the company that I was working for, I spent the majority of my time at the office alone. So sometimes I would even make videos from right there at my desk. But of course, that isn't possible now. So, I'm working full time now. I'm working for a different company. I'm not running it. So, you know, it just doesn't apply. Plus, having a disabled daughter at home, my work really doesn't end until I go to bed at night. So, yeah, full time employee and full time mom, I have my work cut out for me. But I am trying to keep up with videos as often as I can. I actually meant to do this last week, and of course, things came up and just prevented me from doing so. Such is life. It's the way it's been. I really can't complain though. I don't have much time to sit around and think too much. Sometimes thinking can be a pretty bad thing. You get bored and you just kind of, I don't know, climb the walls or whatever when you're not busy enough. At least in my case, that's the way I am. I like to stay active, you know. Um, so anyway, on to my weight. For the past 4 months, I think, maybe 5, 6 months, I don't know. Um, I go between 115 and 120, 115 and 120, 115 and 120. Um, Last summer at this time, I was down to like 105, 106, 107, something like that. And let me tell you, I was miserable at that weight. I literally looked like a skeleton with skin stretched over it. I looked horrible. I looked ill. I had people um, very close to me telling me that I looked bad. And I was struggling to put the weight back on. You know, I didn't know what to do. I felt horrible. Well, you know, since I'm working more and I started eating small meals every couple of hours, you know, it's helped. So, and the reason I kind of teeter-totter between 115 and 120 is I don't always make the right food choices. I know I sat here and I preached about this is what you should eat, this is what you should avoid, blah blah blah, and I know these things in my head, but McDonald's is way too easily accessible for me, and that's a bad thing. I wish they would change that. Um, yeah, sometimes I have to have that ice cream or I have to have that four-piece nugget Happy Meal, and you know, and I know that's what's gonna do it, you know, or sodas or whatever. And you know, it's so funny. If you look at my earlier videos when I was heavy, I was fat everywhere. I mean, you look at my face, everything was just big. Well, now when I put on weight, it is all in my stomach. I look like a little frog when I put on 5 pounds because it all goes right there in my stomach. I mean, like distended little belly. And I'm like, you know, I wouldn't mind the extra 5 pounds if it was distributed evenly like when I was heavy, but it doesn't happen that way anymore. It's really strange. Or I really wouldn't mind if it would go up to these little girls right here because, oh gosh, I mean, I don't have anything up there anymore. If you've had a major weight loss, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, my husband's texting me. I'll just have to worry about that in a minute. Um, Anyway, I'll show you what I look like right now. Oh, I weighed myself this morning on 118. So here's me. That's my closet, by the way. Just ignore my little closet. Um, this is what. I'm kind of crooked. Anyway, this is what it looks like at 118. Well, I think, in my opinion, maybe not in everybody's opinion, but I think I look a lot better than I did at 10, whatever, 107, 106, whatever it was that I was weighing at this time last year. I definitely feel better. I don't feel like one of those scary, sick, anorexic looking people like I did, you know. And I can tell you what, a lot of my problem last year, and the reason I got so thin was because I was so stressed out. I was having marital problems, and, you know, I was having problems with my girls, and, you know, I really let things stack up on me, on my shoulders, and I took on way too much last year, and it hurt me a lot. So I have learned, just, you know, put it in God's hands. Don't let these things manifest themselves so much to where you're getting yourself sick. And thank God for that. Thank God I've learned that lesson. um anyway, this is going to be kind of a short video. I promise to do a little bit more at a later time. I have to bring my daughter to a doctor's appointment today, and it's just kind of like a non-stop ebb and flow of craziness going on. So, anyway, I want to thank everybody for hanging in there with me. Thank you for following along on my journey. And as I've always said, I welcome any questions or comments or suggestions, and I welcome subscribers, and I hope everybody has a blessed day.